Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 4 of the great comeback albums of all time in rock history. This is the show we're doing each and every day here this month in April 2024. We're looking back on those great comeback albums. Bands that came back from diversity. Bands that came back from a lengthy time away from the public eye. Bands that followed up a critically and commercially panned album with a banger of an album. Maybe they lost a longtime member. Maybe someone died. The replacement came in, did really well. Or maybe that iconic lead vocalist came back after many years away. We're going to explore that today in this particular episode. This is the 12th studio album by this British band, released May 29th in 2000. Recorded at Guillaume Tell in Paris. Produced by Kevin Shirley for EMI Records. I'm talking about Brave New World. By Iron Maiden, of course. Many of you have already mentioned this in the comments of the last couple of days. Back in the band after a 7-year hiatus. Bruce Dickinson telling Blaze Bayley, "Thanks for filling my spot. I'm back. You can go do whatever it is you were doing before." Adrian Smith is also back. First album for him in 10 years, right? He left in 1990. He's back. Yannick Gers, who was his replacement, stays in the band. They are now a 3-guitar band, which they've been ever since going forward. Rounding out the rest of the lineup, of course, is Dave Murray on guitars, Steve Harris on bass, and Nico McBrain on drums. All right, so this is the lineup of Iron Maiden that has been in place ever since, 24 years later, still going strong. What is on this particular album? Some really good stuff. Many people that you talk to when you're looking at the catalog of Iron Maiden, specifically like the stuff since this album, most people generally rate this as still the strongest of all of the reunion albums going forward. I probably wouldn't argue that. I happen to like most, if not all, of the albums that they put out since this album came out. Some are a little better than others, right? We're in this whole kind of like epic songwriting period of Iron Maiden where, lots of really long tracks and long arrangements, and that's just what they're doing, and that's the Iron Maiden sound nowadays. But I would say that this album probably contains a lot of their most memorable songs of the last 24 years. We've got The Wicker Man, of course, is terrific. You got Ghost of the Navigator. Yeah, it's just so great to hear Bruce back in the band. No disrespect to Blaze Bayley, right? Because I think he's a fine singer in his own right. Just never sounded at home in this band. It's just, it was, to me, a bad fit from the beginning. Bruce just is roaring. He's just hitting on all levels on this album. And, of course, because he was coming off some great solo records. His solo career, he's got dynamite albums in his solo career. Title track, Brave New World. Excellent. You got the anthemic Blood Brothers, the Snarling, the Mercenary, Dream of Mirrors, the Fallen Angel, catchy metal track right there, the Nomad, Out of the Silent Planet, and then, of course, the thin line between love and hate. And what's cool about this album is I don't think they go, there are some long tracks on here, right? You've got Blood Brothers is over 7, Dream of Mirrors over 9, the Nomad's over 9, and the thin line between love and hate is just over 8. It's about 67-minute long album. I don't think anything on here, though, goes completely overboard and over the rails like they've done on numerous occasions in albums since. But I think this, obviously also the beginning of this, well, we can do these big, long, epic tracks and things like that and do lots of them on albums, right? And make long albums. And that's just what they've done ever since. You either like it or you don't, right? I think the days of Iron Maiden doing 3 and 4 minute long, tight, fast-paced metal tracks, I think those days are done. This is what they like doing nowadays, and that's fine, So, but I think this is a really, really fine album that has held up really well over the years. Let's go to the charts. Australia, 33. And I do want to, before we go finish with the charts, it must be mentioned that the reason why this is such a great comeback, not only because you got Bruce and Adrian back in the band, those 2 albums with Blaze were not successful at all. The fans were just kind of like tuning out in droves, and people were just kind of like, yeah, no, Maiden without Bruce doesn't really work. This guy's okay, but just so, from a commercial standpoint, as we're going to talk about here, this album put Maiden right back on the map where they always were, right? Australia, number 33, Austria, number 10, Belgium, number 12, Canada, number 23, Dutch charts, number 16, Finland, number 2, France, number 3, Germany, number 3, Hungary, number 4, Italy, number 3. Italy was embracing Iron Maiden once again. Japan, number 13, Norway, number 4, Scotland, number 7. Stephen Reed and Davey Gallagher were leading the charge over there in Scotland. Spain, number 8. Swedish charts, number 1. Swiss charts, number 9. The UK charts, number 7. Gotta love that. Simon Bray, Phil Aston and company were all buying this album and telling all their friends about it. Yes, indeed. And here in the U.S. Billboard Top 200 album charts, this hit number 39. Let's see what else we got here. Certifications, of course. Brazil, this went gold, 100,000 units sold. Canada, gold, 50,000 units sold. Finland, gold, 16,000 units sold. Germany, gold, 150,000 copies sold. Poland, gold, 35,000. Spain, gold, 50,000. Sweden, gold, 40,000. UK gold, 100,000 units sold, and though it did not quite make gold here in the States, this has sold in excess of 300,000 units to date. So a return to form for the band, not only with now their steady lineup, but their lead singer back in tow, Adrian back in tow, and they're back on the charts once again. And as far as singles, The Wicker Man was released May 8th, 2000, and Out of the Silent Planet released October 23rd, 2000. And of course, this would be followed up just 3 short years by Dance of Death, another pretty damn good album from the band. But today it's all about this. Brave New World. Let us know what you think of this down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, your comeback album of the day. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page, our channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support here and always. I am Pete Pardo. Tune in. What do we got tonight? Of course, it's the Monsters Den tonight. We are going to be ranking the Hammer Frankenstein series. 7 films, all but one starring Peter Cushing. Tune in tonight to see how we rank these films. Really, really cool episode, so do not miss it. And as it's snowing here again in the Hudson Valley here on April the 4th. Yep, we had some snow overnight. It's snowing again right now. The way it goes, right? It's spring, supposedly. Anyway, we'll see you soon. We got that coming up tonight. We got Martin Popoff in the Funhouse tomorrow. Ken Golden from the Laser's Edge. The Professor's Picks for Fusion Friday tomorrow. We've got the UK Connection on Saturday. Simon, Stephen, and myself will be giving our favorite and least favorite albums from Blackfoot. And then Sunday, Grant Arthur and I will be ranking the albums of Bread. All this is coming up and more here on the channel. We've got lots of ranking shows coming up. A week after Bread, okay, who else is going to follow up Bread with Destruction, the great German thrash band? Count Ralphus and myself will be doing that. We've got, what else is coming up here? Rick Labonte and I will be ranking our top 10 favorites. Savoy Brown album shortly after that. Grant's coming back soon, too. We're going to be ranking the catalog of Firefall. We've got Ryan Scow and I will be ranking the catalog of Sodom. Rick and Labonte and I will also be ranking the studio albums of Paul McCartney. All this stuff coming up in the weeks ahead. So there's lots happening. Stay tuned. Don't miss any of it. And we'll see you soon. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.